No one had accounted for the impact of complexity on profitable growth. No one had accounted for how, in today's complex world, companies needed new rules for attaining and sustaining profitable growth. And it made us wonder, how many other companies are in a similar situation today, about to embark on a growth journey built on shaky foundations? We were both thinking the same thing. We had another book to write. A New Framework for Global Growth. For brevity in this book, we'll make two assumptions. The first is a reasonable starting point, that your business has a good set of customers, a portfolio of products and services, dedicated management, and the usual mix of positives and negatives that touch global companies. The second is that your primary interest is in the new and the different. So we'll be concise with our treatment of traditional elements of growth strategy. We'll train our eye for the most part on the new knowledge and insights that have emerged around growth and complexity through our research and client work. At this point in time, the stakes couldn't be higher. Many companies, including most likely your own, are fully engaged in new growth initiatives and setting sail on a voyage to find scale and profitability. Now is the time to assess your growth strategy. 1 degree of difference in direction at the outset, a slight shift of emphasis on different disciplines within your business may be all that determines whether you reach safe harbor or end in a shipwreck. This book provides a new framework for profitable growth. And while you'll find plenty of books on growth, this is the first book to address what it means to achieve breakaway growth and profitability in this new age. In this book, we will prepare you for charting a new course through these dangerous waters. In the chapters that follow, we'll introduce you to the new landscape, the traps that can lure you onto the rocks, and the tools and perspective you'll need to find profitable growth in the age of complexity. Anchors away. Part 1. The New Growth Challenge. Chapter 1. The Paradox of Growth. I am prepared to go anywhere, provided it be forward. Dr. David Livingstone. Growth is rarely in a straight line. It is tempting to think otherwise, particularly when looking in the rearview mirror, but anyone faced with plotting the coordinates for a company's growth knows the fallacy of this notion. As much as we'd like to think of corporate leaders executing surefire growth strategies, the truth is far messier. Growth is more often the outcome of an informed set of hunches, called strategies, a lot of tenacity and resolve, some experimentation, and, yes, a little bit of luck. More an act of exploration and discovery than a step-by-step process. Over the last several years, we've worked with dozens of companies as they seek to recover from the recession, stabilize their business, and plot a course for growth. Many had to undo or cut through a knot of complexity which had slowly crept into the business over a decade or longer and strangled the company's ability to serve customers and create profits. Many others were looking at the issue from a different end, how to grow and how to do so profitably, delighting customers while preserving critical economies of scale. Behind this tension, we realized there lay a fundamental paradox, one that was impacting and hurting many companies and that seemed worthy of attention. We found, in fact, that many of the actions that companies were taking in a bid to drive growth were fundamentally impeding their ability to grow. We named this the growth paradox, and we found examples everywhere we looked. Consider the technology company that had launched hundreds of R&D projects with a commitment to accelerate growth and create a customer-focused organization. The result? A clogged R&D pipeline with nothing coming to market, yet significant product proliferation, impairing manufacturing scale and efficiencies, and overall on-time delivery rates, a key customer metric. Or consider the industrial manufacturing company struggling to survive after losing nearly half of its sales in the economic downturn. If only, it was hoped, it could get back the volume, it would recover its profitability. But the volume it captured was different in nature from the volume it had lost. The company took on whatever bits of business it could get, scraps of revenue that saddled operations with greater product variety and smaller order sizes. The result? Poorer service levels, reduced product availability, unhappy customers, ultimately lower profits, and a cap on growth. Across industries, we saw the same dynamic. Companies chasing growth in a way that creates complexity, which inhibits growth. The growth paradox. But companies need growth, and many are operating in a particularly unforgiving environment. "If we don't cannibalize ourselves, someone else will," said Steve Jobs, who made iPods obsolete by